Hi everyone, welcome to HDpiano, this is Joe. Today's lesson's all about I Say a Little Prayer by Aretha Franklin. Rest in peace, Aretha. This one is probably one of my favourite pieces of hers. It's just so versatile, you can play it in any setting. I could probably play it when I'm really tired and maybe a little bit sort of stressed, or I could play it when I'm really energised and maybe a little bit sort of completely and utterly carefree. It doesn't really matter, okay? So here it is, intro and verse. Enjoy. Those octaves of C sharp are the beginning notes of the chorus. So we're playing in A major. Okay, so you notice there we've got 3 sharps, F sharp, C sharp and G sharp. Okay, and we start off with this like quite sort of, I suppose, familiar bass rhythm that you often get with these arrangements of famous pieces of like Motown or just blues and soul, and it's this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So you're always playing on beat 1 and then beat 2 and then beat 3 and then beat 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2. Okay, that's the rhythm. So in this section it's 7 bars long, this introduction, and you do 1 bar of F sharp in that way, and then 2 bars of B. And then here, your 4th bar is in 2-4, which means there's 2 beats in the bar, rather than 4, which there has been so far, and you just play on beats 1 and 2, E, E. Okay? So F sharp, B, B again, and then E, like that. But then after that, it continues to A, back to 4-4 as well, so 4 beats in the bar, and then D, and then C sharp. And that's the end of the introduction. So that again, F sharp, B, again, 2-4 E, A 4-4, D 4-4, and then C sharp finishes it off. That's the introduction in the left hand. And the rest of the left hand is very similar throughout the entire piece, more or less. So that's always good to know. Well, that's not that easy to play with, that rhythm. So, right hand, we start here with A and C sharp. This all together makes a lovely F sharp minor chord, which is the starting chord of the piece. So we go like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is much straighter. You're not playing so much on the offbeat. The left hand's doing that, so you're grooving between the two, like that. Okay, that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the rhythmic pattern continues, but this C sharp just changes to D, and you drop to B in the left hand. Oh, you don't play the top note first, sorry, that was a mistake. Like that. So A4, and then on 2, you double up the A up top, and then on beat 4, just that 4th again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that makes B minor 7, minus the 5th note. Okay? So F sharp minor, B minor 7. Let's do that B minor 7 bar one more time. So just. Then we stay on the B minor 7. We go 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Like that. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. So our F sharp with finger 4 is coming in there. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and, like that. 1, 2 and, like that. Okay, if you end up playing that, it really doesn't matter. All that does is it thickens your sound. It will probably, if I analyse, probably make you sound slightly better. Okay, I do that sort of thing by accident all the time, and it doesn't really matter as long as you're playing the right notes. If you're playing this, That does matter, okay? But play the A and the D, keeping you within the confines of B-7. You're having a great time. Okay? And then we move on to the 2/4 bar. This is quite tricky. You probably have to practice this on a loop. You go in the right hand. That's a lot of movement. I find that easy because I just think about it in chords. It's E second position. And then you could call this like G sharp minor 7, which it is if you put it into context. But really it's just like the 3rd note, the 5th note, and the 9th note of E. So we've got E second position, jamming to the A, and then E9, and then A first position on the next bar. So 1, 2, 3. Or I should say 1, 2, 1. Okay? So that bar, you have to loop that. That's the 2 bars there. That's when we go back to 4/4 and A. So one more time. Sorry. So just loop that right hand. That probably what's going to cause you problems. Anyway, moving on. So E bar. Oh. Rhythmic pattern continues in the right hand and the left hand. So A first position. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're just playing the lower 2 notes of that A first position chord that you start on the first beat of. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the final 2 bars of the intro. I'll just look at the right hand on its own. Like that, okay? What are we doing there? We're going 1 and 2 and. So D second position with F sharps on every 8th note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. There, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Okay? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And with the left hand, there's a tricky note here, the D, the final D. You go like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. Like that. Again. So the rhythm in that final bar, you just finish on and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. One more time. And 1, 2, 3, 4 and. That's that bar. Then we go into the verse, which is actually a lot simpler. This is very, very much an accompaniment because we've got elements of the in the introduction, we've got elements of the melody in there because, of course, there's no singing at that point. So we then go into this. And that rhythmic pattern in both hands happens an awful lot. That chord on beat 1 and beat 2, and then on beats 3 and 4 and, you play like the lower sections of that chord. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 and this, of course, is an F sharp minor first position chord. And guess what our left hand's doing? F sharp minor. That's the first bar. That again. And then, same pattern, go to B. This time with a A, which is the 7th note, D, which is the 3rd note, and F sharp, which is the 5th note of B, okay, with B in the bass, gives us a B-7. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Same thing again after this, more or less, apart from, we don't play this now, we just have chords instead. This is the second rhythmic pattern to be aware of in this bit. So you go 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Get used to that because that happens a lot as well. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. It's only that 3 and that sort of sneaks up in you, this chord here. 1, 2, and 3, and that one. So be aware of that and you'll be fine. And then the last 2 on 4 and come together. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. And then a 2/4 bar in E. 1, 2, where we just play on beats 1 and 2 with E, first positions. 1, 2, and then drop to A with that rhythmic pattern without the melodic lower note. So let's call that rhythmic pattern B. So this one is rhythmic pattern A. And this one is rhythmic pattern B. Okay, so now we've just gone from our beat, our fourth bar of the verse, which is this 2/4 bar, and then we go to rhythmic pattern 2, like that. So let's look at all that section. F sharp minor, B minor 7, all right, that's it. Then D second position with D in the bass. Say a little. That's the bit that everyone knows. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and rhythmic pattern 1, and then the beautiful sort of section that just brings it to life to take you back to the start of that again. So let's look at that again. D. Say a little prayer for. Did it wrong with my singing. So there you got rhythmic pattern 1 in D, and then rhythmic pattern 2 in C sharp. And then guess what? Go back to F sharp minor, just like we did before. Then B, just like we did before, B minor 7. Another bar of B minor 7, but this time with rhythmic pattern 2. And then guess what? E, 2/4, just 1, 2, and then A with this 9th note added in, just like before. And then D, rhythmic pattern 1, and then C sharp. And those octaves signal the end of the section. Right, let's hear it again, uninterrupted. Here we go. There it is, everyone. So, Aretha Franklin's I Say a Little Prayer, sections intro and verse in one video. The introduction is probably more difficult than the verse, and you'll be possibly pleased to know that the rest of the piece is very much in keeping in difficulty with the verse as opposed to the intro. Anyway, this has been Joe. What a pleasure to teach. I hope you guys enjoy that lesson. On to the next one, which is the chorus. Thanks a lot, guys.